When LG unveils the C3 next year, you can count on it to have a display that's brighter by 20%. Specifically, they want to use microlens to achieve this, which will also reduce energy needs. So, does this make the LG C3 the finest TV in 2023? It's too early to pass judgment, but let's talk about these and other issues with the LG C3 nonetheless. More brightness. Potentially significant progress in OLED technology may have been achieved by LG. LG Display may have figured out how to increase the maximum brightness of OLED TVs by much as 20%, bringing it to 1200 nits. This was accomplished by LG Display adding a tiny lens to an existing OLED screen. This lens consists of hundreds of microscopic lenses arranged in a transparent sheet. The business claims that by doing so, brightness may be increased while energy consumption is decreased along with all light paths, according to Flat Panel HD's translated version of the official report by the Oled. LG Display is known to expect a 20% improvement in OLED luminance by applying a microlens. Under the premise that the product lifespan is the same, if the OLED luminance increases, power consumption can be saved at the same luminance. The peak brightness of LG's WOLEDs is currently lower than that of Samsung's new QD OLEDs. Even with heat sinks, the newest LG Evo displays are not noticeably brighter than their predecessors. For this reason, LG is thinking of incorporating microlens technology into its next generation of TVs. If you've seen other LG televisions, you may be surprised by how much brighter the LG G2 is. With its brightness booster, the LG G2's display may be up to 20% brighter than the Evo displays on the LG C2, making it one of the brightest OLED devices on the market. To avoid damaging their TVs with the greater power requirements that come with brighter screens, manufacturers are looking into using microlens. The microlens will increase maximum brightness because of their capacity to concentrate the light reflected from the screen. Case in point, the LG C3 2023 is able to display a magnificent image without increasing its power consumption thanks to the placement of a lens in front of the OLED in such a way that signifies part of the light is dissipated. The lens focuses on that light and it goes directly into your eye. The LG C3 has been much anticipated, but what should we anticipate from it? Hold on a second, we'll get to it in a second. Anyway, stay tuned for a full review of the LG C3 as soon as it is released by subscribing to the channel. Our expectations. To begin, we hoped for more competent sound. The C2 series isn't a terrible TV option, but the audio isn't as good as the visual quality. The forthcoming C3 series may improve in this regard. LG highlighted the high-quality audio capabilities of its 97-inch OLED model, which it introduced at the K-Display 2022 Expo. Film CSO is how the company's TV announcement defines this audio addition. The way LG describes it, the function sounds like Sony's acoustic surface audio, a feature of the Sony A80K TV that makes use of sound actuators built into the screen. And this is what we want for the LG C3. A price hike is likely if this occurs, and we'll let you know our thoughts on the pricing momentarily. A more high-quality wireless audio experience is also a priority. We expect that the LG C3 will have a function that enables a wireless connection between the TV and external soundbars that support Dolby Atmos. This capability, which was included on all 2022 Samsung TVs and soundbars, would make setup much more streamlined and stylish by doing away with the requirement for an HDMI cable. Finally, the microlens embedding has led to noticeably better image quality. However, we are hoping that the G2 series brightness booster will make its way to the C3 series as well. Release date and price. At CES 2023, LG is expected to reveal its C3 line of 4K OLED televisions to the public. In April of 2023, the release will be made public. LG has been silent on pricing details. Still, in our opinion, this is the case. The LG G2, which is 20% brighter than the C2, can be purchased today for $2,199, while the LG C2 65-inch can be purchased for $1,799. In light of this, a 65-inch LG C3, which will be brighter than any of these two, might cost between $2,500 and $3,000. However, it should be noted that LG is not the only firm that has been speculated to use microlens. It has been speculated that Samsung has used this strategy as far back as last year's Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, another one of their flagship smartphones. Also, Samsung has a new TV coming out next year, so click on the next video to find out more. See you there!